Hello everyone, welcome back to more Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed! It's more traffic attack.
Yay! Alright, Candace, come here.
Your name's Pudding!
So, yeah, we decided we're gonna get the traffic done here, and then we're gonna move on to the next area, and like the last area, and then probably finish that up if I had to guess. Obviously not done in one part, but it's our current plan of attack. Also, the game is consistently giving us third and fourth players, so hopefully it keeps doing that, so then you guys won't be confused.
Not to mention us, because it would be terrible if we suddenly swapped screens now.
Yeah. Wasn't, like, part 2 or 3 the part where the game crashed and we had to reset?
Yeah, in the middle of it, it swapped our positions.
It swapped our positions. I mean, that's kind of funny, though.
In hindsight, yes. I don't think I'd be laughing as much if that happened now.
Sure.
But considering how early
this track
on in
is
the game
so
it
much
was.
Nicer, for the record.
Just
because it's
so
not
open.
like...
I say
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Still driving every car.
Like, granted, it's still kind of difficult, but I would rather this than... I'd rather this than the other tracks. Specifically the Panzer track, because the Panzer Dragoon track is bad.
Like, the only saving grace that the Panzer Dragoon stage had was that I am not going to make the next checkpoint. Oh,
For once, I'm, slight... Oh, lag! Oh, okay, I still hit the... Ooh, I still hit the thing that mattered. Oh. How do those blue cars work?
If they're homing beacons, they just track you.
No, that one was just swerving all over the place, like it was a yellow one. I was confused.
Oh, the yellow one. I thought you said blue.
No. It was a blue one. It was swerving like a yellow one.
Well, the blue ones track you. That's their gimmick.
That one didn't. That was weird. You should pay attention to them. Some of them I don't think, at least on this track, it doesn't look like they're homing in. But maybe I just saw that. You never know. This looks like one where they want you to have your boost rating.
Yeah, there hasn't been a
pretty
single
decent.
item this entire track, which is... Oh.
There's a lot of boost panels, though.
There is. Cars!
Yeah, I hate that movie, too.
Never saw it.
It's not bad.
I saw Cars too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, fun fact,
memed on
everybody,
it.
he's seen Cars too.
I mean, to be fair, I specifically watched Cars 2 because everyone hated it.
I mean, Cars
honestly,
2 is bad, but it's funny.
I don't think it's that bad. Like, it's definitely not a good movie, but like, it's at least like the kind of movie you can have fun with friends. Like,
it's stupid. It's very stupid, and that makes it fun.
Yeah, no, the cars are definitely tracking on me.
That was weird. That it was this one blue car that was like just swerving.
Maybe
all over the place.
I was close enough and it was prioritizing me.
Maybe. Okay, see, that one looked like it was homing in onto me. Interesting. Thanks, Pudding. Oh, I screwed up. I could have maybe got us to survive a second, but I'm sorry. I was too busy listening to Candace say this sucks.
Pudding!
Get ready.
Yay!
Get set. Yeah. I still think this is obviously just a guess, but this and the tanks, I assume, are going to be the worst of the bunch. Maybe the verses, too, could be a little bad. Actually, the lap ones could be pretty bad, too.
Yeah, like, I can see the time trial ones being rough. Because a lot of those I barely made.
I feel like the normal races won't be too terrible. That's me being optimistic, obviously.
It depends on how they work. Like, if All-Stars are still in the pool, then we're probably fine. But if they're taken out...
Puddings is. If it's good is the real question, because I only got the Football Manager one like once, which is a shame.
I don't think I've even gotten II yet, because I don't think II's gotten to standard race yet.
I don't think we've done any. Yeah, I don't think you've done standard races with him. Oh. Help me, Pudding says. Sorry, Candace.
So close.
He's very talkative. I don't know if that's just because II is a monkey and makes sounds as opposed to talking.
Maybe it's just
the blue one? Okay.
Sun.
That blue one just swerved away from me, for the record.
Yeah, that one just did for me too.
Yeah, what the heck? They're acting like blue. That's weird. You missed one of the things too. One of the little green checkpoints. I don't know what you would call those. Not actual checkpoints, but you know, right before the checkpoints. I might get to level 2. Hey, if my level 2 upgrade is pretty good, I'll use it.
If you get an acceleration, then yeah, switch to it. Or honestly, maybe even balanced.
Help me. My name is Candace.
It's Pudding! Where do you even get Candace from?
He looks like a Candace!
That is comically prejudiced.
Against Candaces?
Against anyone. Like, as someone that was frequently bullied in school because they apparently looked like someone when they didn't have that name. Yes, I take offense to that.
To be fair, I feel like everybody's had that rut, because I also had that rut too, funny enough. Everybody called me like douchebag Josh because apparently Josh was a douchebag name back in the day.
I mean, honestly, it's probably more one now.
Or douchebag sounding. Yeah, like honestly, yeah, but apparently it's a douchebag sounding name, as people would say. So luckily, I wasn't frequently bullied or anything.
I definitely was. Like, it was a daily thing for years.
I probably was bullied for a lot of reasons, like for longer than I give myself credit for. But I think I was also I didn't care as much. But I get why people cared, obviously, because you don't want to get bullied as a kid. So I get it. So think like this one, because actually that reminds me about how this one kid was bullying me, and he was just being like a jerk for no reason, and then he tried to start a fight with me. So then we fought, and I kicked his ass. It was really funny.
A few times that happened in the several schools I went to.
Where somebody bullied another person.
Where someone tries to bully someone and then they try to pick a fight and they lose miserably.
Yeah, because it was weird because this was before, because this was in middle school, I think, right? It was before first period. I'm assuming you know what periods are in middle school. I don't know, because some schools don't have it, most do, but some don't. But anyways,
it's another word for class.
Yeah. So this was we were all just waiting outside, waiting for the teacher to come in and for school to start. This was 10 minutes before class. So obviously, the bully was late, basically, because he's not the brightest. Well, actually, it's funny because I say he's not the brightest, but we actually became friends after this, which is really hilarious in hindsight. But he was calling me names, he was oh, you're a freak, you're a weirdo, or whatever, which is really weird because I was quiet. I just kept to myself because I didn't really like talking to a lot of people because anxiety and stuff like that, right?
Well, I mean, those are the types of people that get bullied the most. At least where
yeah,
I
exactly.
That's how it was.
Yeah, exactly. So I sorry. What? I just got hit by an invisible thing. That was interesting. But yeah, no, he tried to bully me, and or he was bullying. He always did, but I just ignored him. And then he was like, "Oh, dude, you want to fight and do this or whatever? Hey,
Oh, we
you're
got
level
boost
5.
mod.
Mod unlocked. Boost mod. Nice."
I think there's no way that it improves my Excel.
But I mean, boost could help here because there are so many boost panels, so it could be
Yeah,
something
but I'm
to
hitting
consider.
so many cars.
True.
Like, there's no way that giving that up is...
But anyways, to finish off that story, he tried to fight me, and I basically at that point I kicked his butt, and he got suspended for like. I got suspended for a single day, and he got suspended for like a week. Because he told them that he was bullying me and he was just being a jerk, and he wanted to fight, and I didn't want to fight because I don't like fighting people and being confrontational, but you know, he pushed me to it. And then yeah, they took my side, so I still got in trouble because, you know, there was a fight, but yeah, I essentially kicked his butt. And then like a month later we became friends. So
I feel like that's what the real story is.
Yeah, then like a month later, like I'm trying to remember the specifics, but it was funny. We were like, I think just like during like one of, you know, lunch or recess, you know, or whatever, which, you know, because we had like brunch and then we had lunch. I think it was during like brunch. Oh, I touched that line. That's yes. Yeah, during brunch we were just like talking, then we started talking between like every single brunch session, and then yeah, we just became friends.
As you do.
Though he was still kind of the person, like he wouldn't bully me obviously at that point, but he would still like punch my shoulder kind of aggressively, you know, in like a friendly way, but it was still aggressive. But I just think that was just the kind of person he was. He just was like naturally an aggressive person, so, or like aggressive physically. So he would, and like I wasn't the kind of person to talk up and be like, "Yo, could you chill?" You know, could you not punch me so hard? But nah, I just dealt with it. And it was whatever. But he was actually really nice once we got to talk. It was. I think at that point too he stopped bullying people, which was also really funny. There was another like group of kids. This was earlier. This was like in not middle school. Sorry. This one was in like grade school, where people tried to bully me. And again, I wasn't having it, but I was actually at that point I was very talkative because I was, you know, I didn't actually keep to myself very much in grade school. Oh my god, I am hitting every cone. So like, you know, first, second, honestly, third through 6th grade, I did not keep to myself like at all. I was definitely, I was much more extroverted than I am like comparatively. There was this kid that bullied me, and I pulled on his hair, and it hurt him. And then he started calling me like a wimp afterwards for doing that. And I said, "What? It worked, and it made you pay. Like it put you in pain, and it got you to stop. So as far as I'm aware, I'm the victor here." I think those are the only bullyish stories that I have with my life. I never bullied anyone because I wasn't a cool person. So
Yeah, I must have had the word "kick me" tattooed to my back or something, because almost every moment of my school life I was getting bullied by someone. School was not fun.
I feel like I just pushed you into that car. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I have mentioned this with like school facts and stuff. Like, I am never going to school reunions if they have them. I never want to see those people again.
Probably rough too, especially because I assume it was pretty bad in like not middle school, sorry, high school.
Honestly, high school is probably my best years, which is weird.
It's weird.
It's like
People either have their best time or their worst times in high school when it comes to that stuff.
Honestly, for me, it was kind of a mix of both, like depending on the year. Like, my junior year was great. My senior year was awful.
Ugh. Which is weird, because usually you would assume your senior year everybody's mellowed at that point.
The thing about senior years, like most of the people I was on good terms with were 1 year older than me, so I didn't really have that cushion anymore. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, Jesus. You pushed me and I pushed you back.
Look, you're just very vengeful. I get it.
As it turns out. It's like the bully story all over again. You bullied me, so I bully you. This is hard. What the hell?
It's the lack of items. Like, we're so used
It really
to it.
is. Because there's no, like, glove or anything. Because the gloves are not... Oh, I'm gaining a level after this.
Well,
I think I get the handling level for this. I think level 2 is handling, if I'm not
level
mistaken.
2 is
Maybe
usually
I'm
either
wrong.
handling or balance, depending on the character. Oh, that was definitely me. Or at the very least, it didn't help.
You bully. Ugh. This is the bully episode. Not to be confused with the Rockstar video. I'm sorry. Video game bully. I've never actually played that game. I heard it's good, but I've never played it.
I mean, I like it more than I like any of the GTAs, but it's not saying much. I'm not a GTA fan.
Well, to be fair, I feel like I've heard, like, you know, a small minority of people say that. And to be fair, it's going to be in a minority because they made one bully game, really. And
Oh,
that was
yeah,
that.
like, they... Apparently, Rockstar wanted to make more, but Take-Two kept taking them off the project.
Yeah.
Like, most recently, like, they were apparently working on a Bully 2, but everyone working on it got taken off so they could work on Red Dead 2.
Well, at the very least, Red Dead 2 came out to be a really good game, but if anything, that just...
Sure, but that's
to me
still, like, a
shows-
really big sacrifice.
Yeah, true. I was going to say, if anything, that shows to me that Bully 2 was probably going to be also really good, so...
It's like, I feel like if a Bully 2 did come out, like, they could easily get away with it being a smaller game. Like, you don't need a particularly big studio for that. Like, no one's expecting a massive open world out of a Bully game.
I mean, yeah, doesn't that game open up after, like, a very long time?
Yeah,
even then, it's, like,
Takes
open
like
in
5-10
quotations.
hours, and even then...
Yeah, and even
like,
then
the-
it's, like, open in quotations.
Well, it's still an open world, it's just not a big open world. Like, it's like the
Okay,
size of, like, Haven City and Jack.
Handling.
It's like, it's not the worst. Do you want to check to see what the stat difference is?
Yeah, I might as well. I have a feeling I won't use it just because of lower speed, but if the acceleration's higher, I'll take it.
Select traffic attack. S-class.
Speaking of Jack, I must say, I've been thinking about it.
Your
Acceleration's the
Excel's the
same.
same.
Boost is the
So
same.
one less speed, but
Handling
one
is-
more turning.
I think the handling will probably, or the speed will probably be better.
Excel up, please.
But yeah, speaking of Jack, I was thinking about this last night, actually, funny enough. I actually might be slowly turning into Jack 3 is better than Jack 2.
I mean, I think that's the general consensus. The Jack
Most
2,
people I feel like I still hear say Jack. They prefer Jack 2 over 3.
well,
but
I
they
mean, you
still
can
very
prefer
much
Jack 2,
agree.
but like, I think most people accept like 3 is the better game. It's just either nostalgia or what have
gotcha.
you that they like
Gotcha.
do more. Which I'm
Honestly,
somewhat the same way. Like 3 is objectively the better game, but 2's like there's just something about 2 I like.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, it's kind of like how for me, how Sonic 2 is my favorite due to nostalgia, but I concede that Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a better game in terms of like the original Sonic games. Because I feel that way, so I get that. Yeah, that's fair. I have a lot of nostalgia. I have way more nostalgia with 2 than 3 when it comes to Jack, but every time I think of Jack, I'm just like, the pacing of the story is better in Jack 3. It's so much better.
Jack 2's story was honestly it's one of those things that's really funny to meme on. Like, that's funny.
It
to,
is,
like,
yeah. There's. I almost feel like Jack 2 is missing like 20 hours of story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, it should have been the first Jack game, and Jack 1 should have been something else.
Absolutely. I think that's why it feels like so much is missing, because there's technically some world building from the first game, but then it gets kind of like not all retcon, but mostly retcons. But they have to figure out a way
where's
to
Golemaya?
explain it. Yeah, you have to figure out ways to like explain things.
I don't even think they get name dropped again until Lost Frontier of all games. And even then, just barely.
Jak 2 is I would say Jak 2 is overall a more serious game than Jak 3 too, but Jak 3 has a lot of like Jak 3 is a lot of fun like black comedy-esque stuff. Like the precursors, for example, are just
it is such a stupid joke, but I love it.
It's stupid, and I get people that are could be upset over it, but it's pretty funny.
I don't know, the game came out in 2004. Get over it. It's been almost 20 years at this point.
Yeah. Plus, again, like I said, it's pretty funny. Obviously, the gun mods being what they are is a really, really good thing. In Jak
I don't know if I want to talk
3.
about the mods until we inevitably go through hero mode, because that's still on our list.
True, yeah. I don't know, I think... I don't know. I'd have to... It was, yeah. It's okay, that just means we're gonna fail. Oh, yeah, definitely. I screwed up. Yeah, I do. I think... I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where, like, I'd have to play through Jak 3 again, which, I mean, it's on my agenda for getting a Platinum Trophy, which I still need to finish my Jak 2 one. I'm just scared, still. But, yeah, no, I was playing... Like, it's still on my agenda to replay through Jak 3, so I don't know. We'll see. For all I know, it'll be... I might think... It's one of those games that I just think about, right? And the more I think about it, it's like... The more I'm like, Jak 3 is a better game, sort of thing. And I think a lot of it comes down to a story, because for such a story-focused game, or series rather, you know, except for the first game, obviously. Jak 3's story is clearly more cohesive than the second game's. The second game is like
Second game had growing
sporadic.
pains, where like they were like you could tell the most detailed story they had was evil scientist tries to take over world.
Yeah, and that story never even technically happens, if you think about it. Because you're talking about Jak 2, right? Or are you talking about...
No, I was talking about Crash.
Oh, Crash. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. I was about to say. I thought you confused some words up. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, Jak is just... Or, sorry. Crash is just a, simple platform.
Well, yeah, but that's my point. Like, they had virtually no experience of writing anything serious.
True. I remember once seeing somewhere
I missed the gate. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, I saw
well,
that.
I'm
Good
out
luck,
of
have
luck.
fun. No, good luck, have fun. I remember once seeing somewhere that somebody argued that even for a platforming game, you need to have some sort of, like, driving point to keep you going forward, even if it's simple. And I'm like, not really. I don't care. Like, do I need to know that?
Better with it, but
Yeah, but it doesn't make the game objectively worse because they don't care. Cause I don't look at the original Mario Bros. Right? Like, if you don't have the manual, you will literally have no idea what you're doing until you get to the first castle where it says, your princess is in another castle. I don't dislike Mario 1 because it doesn't have like a inherent driving story to it,
like Mario does have a driving story though. Like, you literally just mentioned what it is. Like, it's not a deep story, but I don't think that person's trying to argue that.
It does. I guess what I'm trying to say is the game doesn't really outright tell you. And there could be notes, like, there could be none of the Toads could say your princess is in another castle, and I probably wouldn't care. You know what game has no driving story, and I think actually is really good for showing no story, like, at all for... Oh, shit, I realized the gate was there. Metroid, like the original Metroid. at the time, completely revolutionary game, but if you don't have the guide, you are literally told nothing. And I mean, like, quite literally. You are told nothing. This is hard. This is actually harder than the other ones.
Yeah, we're well over the time of the last two stages.
Combined, we're 30 minutes over? What?
We're not 30 minutes over yet, but we are dangerously close.
Well, the whole part's gonna be here.
Oh, absolutely. But unless this next attempt is it, somehow.
I still think us doing the first stage, you know, through whatever that place is, the Sonic Heroes level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know what they call it, because they change it in every single game.
Honestly, I just wish they called it Seaside Hill. Like, that's clearly what it was.
Yeah. The Sonic Generations route called Seaside Hill. Just leave it at that. I'm actually really glad that people are starting to find Seaside Hill to be a pretty iconic Sonic stage. I think it's a fairly iconic Sonic stage.
It is, but I guess mine is like, it's just a little too close to Green Hill.
Emerald Hill would like a word with you.
Oh, I'm not saying it's the only one.
No, I missed the checkpoint thing. Hey, I went through that. What are you talking about, game? You can't prove me. You can't. It's belonky. I feel like the trick here is we should be hitting every boost panel and then hoping to God we don't hit.
Yeah, the issue is most of the cars are over the boost panels.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna try the no drifting strat again, which kind of is gonna suck for a stage like this.
Yeah, this stage is a way to Kirby to try that, but go ahead.
I'll give it a try just to see how well I do comparatively, unless I like absolutely need to, sort of thing.
I mean, it might be worth like switching over to like console mod Sonic or something, where you have like 6 speed in that case. Just maximize going fast.
Doesn't Pudding have a console mod I could be in theory use?
Everybody has a console mod, I think, but I don't know if her mod emphasizes speed in the same way.
Maybe we should check it after this.
It's like not everyone's console mod goes as high.
Yeah, and as we learn, not everybody's star mod gives them like maximum stars. Yeah. Even though it should.
I agree, but
I'm still upset that what's it called? Beat got gypped unlike Tails, where Tails got
Tails got a great
max
one
turning, and then
actually max turning might not be bad here either.
Beast was awful. I went through that. Don't lie to me. Game is pulling my leg.
It's nice while it lasted. You know, I'm gonna switch my character out. I want to see what the stats are.
I feel like we haven't gotten any further than 3 waves remaining. At least with the Panzer Dragoon one, we saw the ending.
Just want to see what
at like 2 separate points.
Because again, like we actually are at the 30-minute mark now, and like nothing's changing.
I'll stick with Pudding just because I'm late. Okay.
Speed
Boost is up. Acceleration is slightly lower. Speed is slightly. The turning is abysmal.
Yeah.
I'll try it. I will probably regret it, but I'll try.
Super handling might be good, although only 2 excel is rough. What about Amigo? Because didn't he have that too? That's a little better.
He has a little better, but his... Oh, he doesn't have a console mod, actually, so not everybody has it.
But no, he does. There's still a blank there. I just don't have it unlocked yet.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. I thought you meant that earlier that they had.
Well, they might be in that last chapter, for all we know.
Probably. I wonder who's gonna get Sonic, because I don't think anybody's claimed him. I guess I have Candace and Danica Patrick.
You have like 6 characters on the dock.
Well, I just have Danica Patrick and Pudding.
And I guess
Left,
I have
I
Ralph
think.
still, but...
And you have Ralph, so yeah, the others are fair game though.
Oh, this is so
Are you
much
just
easier to
talking?
work with. Oh, this is so much cleaner. I could probably actually drift the whole time with this. Well, maybe if I wasn't worried about bumping into everyone.
Phil makes weird sounds.
As he should.
Does the boost also increase your drift boosting?
It
Speed?
increases every boost you have.
Yes, your name is Pudding. I don't know why you scream that when you get hit.
Are you telling me you don't shout your name when you get hurt?
No. Just shout, it's Megamind instead.
Understandable, have a nice day.
I have my
It's
priorities
Megamind!
straight. Yeah, imagine like
It's
you just
Megamind,
get
it's
smacked.
Megamind!
Yeah, you just get smacked and you're just like, it's Megamind!
It's Megamind! I'm doing worse here
Can
than
I just...
Buhbye.
Oh, jeez. Can I just take, like... Can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that Megamind memes are suddenly on the rise? I don't know where they popped up from.
The best part is it literally
But-
started when we did Megamind. But I know it's irrelevant, it's just really
It's-
funny.
The last year has gotten crazier, I feel like, with them.
They've gone down for me. Like, they're still relevant, but...
I
like,
still see
2020,
people...
they were way more relevant than they was in 2021. Way more.
We did ours in 2019, right?
2018, I think.
Jeez, yeah, dude, we were ahead of the game. I don't care what anyone says. I don't like having one handling, just FYI.
I really like having 6 handling. It's great.
Maybe I'll try out the handling mod that I unlocked instead of this.
maybe you can try switching tails, since I mean I'm already using a character that's maxed out. It's only fair.
Nah, I'll try. I'll still use Pudding. I'm slacking in terms of levels compared to, because you're like an entire character ahead of me, I think.
Might be.
So yeah, you are. Because you almost have, what's it called? AI is only
Oh, yeah,
almost
AI is
maxed out for you.
Yeah.
You're basically an entire character ahead. So yeah, I should I'll probably just stick on Pudding just to get it up.
The cars!
This is like driving in California.
This, but not even as a joke. Complete with the blue cars that are actively trying to get you to crash into them.
They probably have like a different state plate too, but they're actually just like a native Californian driver, knowing them. And yet again, we've gotten to this exact same point. It feels like we have not gotten further. Like, that might have been the furthest you've gotten, and even then you were at the exact same spot.
Yeah, but it was still 3.
No, I gotta change my... No, it's fine.
Okay, fine. We'll
Next
change
time,
it next time.
Yeah. Because having one turning is driving me insane, to say the least. Like that. Insane Trilogy.
It's about time.
Need to get back to finishing that game. Once that game's off my backlog, that is finally a game off my backlog. That might not seem like a lot to people, but this is me we're talking about.
True. I feel like I still pester you every once in a while by finishing Xenoblade 2. And it's never gonna happen.
Reminds me, maybe tonight I'll get another Bubsy part done. I've honestly been holding off because I felt sick the last time I played it afterwards.
With any other game, I would say you're making it up, but considering all the motion sickness crap that game has, no, fair. That is completely
It's one of
fair.
those... It's one of those things where I can't tell if it was just inconvenient timing or if I got like genuinely motion sick, but it's happened twice now, I think. I'm fairly certain it's happened twice to me. So I think it's fair for me to just assume that, yes, the game gives me motion sickness due to the camera. I like it. There's like no cars near me.
I wish I could say the same. Cars! I think it
There weren't cars. I just was too slack and I was way too far behind.
was.
Oh no, get in. The question is, will you make it any further?
No, of course
No.
not.
You were
I was
so
centimeters
close.
closer, but not enough to make
Okay,
a
let
difference.
me change my
Okay,
my
yeah.
engine. I can't handle the one turning. This is hard. It's just because of the lack of items.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 100% in belief about that.
Character select.
Alright, Candace.
Handling.
Wait, no, that's Joe Musashi. I was about to say, what the hell is
Actually,
going
no,
on?
maybe it's better to go with Tails. Because Tails does have the
Hold
one
on.
speed.
Joe Musashi.
Hold on, wait a second. I saw somebody with max acceleration. Who was that? Hold on. You! Joe Musashi! Look it!
Joe Musashi.
That's boost.
What, it disappeared? I'm so confused.
Wait.
I don't know, it was like appearing and disappearing.
Joe Musashi.
Oh, well, I guess I selected Joe.
Alright, well there's your other character besides, what's it called? Ralph.
Yeah, well,
you're
okay.
now Joe Musashi.
Fair. Watch how this somehow
I guess-
ends up being the miracle that makes it doable.
I'm just confused on why his stats kept, like, maxing out randomly and then dropping.
Oh, this feels so bad after using all these really good turning characters.
Cute, says
Pudding! It's Megamind!
Candace.
It's Pudding!
Why do I have the characters that keep saying things when they like get hit and whatever? Meanwhile, you just have people who grunt.
All of my
and
characters
make
are silent.
noises.
Except for
Yeah.
Ralph, I guess. But I haven't gotten him yet.
I hope Ralph says like bad words or something.
He is a villain.
I mean, he is. Fix It, Felix is the bad guy, as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone in that movie is a villain. Literally everyone. But especially Sonic. The greatest evil of them all.
He doesn't even have a voice line, I don't think. It's just Eggman who says like a word, right? Because they're at like Villains Anonymous or whatever.
No, you got it backwards. Sonic talks, Eggman doesn't.
Oh, okay. But they're at Villains Anonymous, right?
Yes.
Are they with their like? Is it the main character, like the main protagonist with the main antagonist? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the first Wreck-It Ralph.
No, I'm not even sure what you're thinking of. I'm gonna give this another shot because I actually did get still kind of close. I got like 4 waves.
What? Joe Musashi just teleported. I saw that.
Makes
Joe
sense. You know, with the high speed stat, I might actually be able to get away with the strategy you were recommending of just not drifting. So I'm gonna try
Unless
that.
you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
It could just be I'm not good at drifting, which I know you're much better than me at drifting. It's like, I think, probably the main reason why I wasn't doing it, just because I don't feel like I'm good at drifting.
Here still.
It's like I try, but I feel like I have to with max turning, because my speed is so low.
I feel like I have more time than I usually do. There might be something to this. I'm hitting less cars.
Clearly it's because of Joe Musashi. The power of the shinobi is hitting you or something.
Yes.
I mean, he is from the game Shinobi for the Genesis, I believe. I'm pretty sure that he is, right?
I have no idea, considering how widespread this game's roster is. He could be from anything.
I mean, I would assume he is. Shinobi was a pretty big, like, Genesis game, so... Granted, the series wasn't even that good, but, you know, it was...
It's not like it stopped him in the last game.
Yeah, true. I mean, Alex Kidd, for some reason, is still here. Get out of here, Alex.
At least Alex is a DLC character this time.
Does that mean none of us have to play as him?
I think it does, actually. Well, this is actually my furthest.
I'm not playing as him. You cannot get me to. I have a hatred for him. He's yours. Is that the end I see? We saw the ending for once! Dude, it's Joe Musashi! He's giving you the power!
Failed.
I was doing really good up until the end. There's something to this.
S-class.
I'm telling you, I told you that strat I thought was working at one point.
Well, like, it actually does work when you have the speed stat to back it up.
It's true. He has a pretty decent boost stat, if I'm not mistaken, too, which makes sense. If you have
Yeah, I
high
think it was
speed.
4 for both. Might have been 3 and 4 or something. Either way, still
It's
good.
Megamind.
It's Megamind!
I can't wait till
One
we're
of these
done with
days
these
we need to do
traffic
that
missions.
that Wii game, because we never did it. Remember?
Yeah. It's funny, I was actually watching some of the Blue Defender, like, LP again, and it's still not that bad of a game for a licensed game. It's
Yeah, like,
it's pretty run-of-the-mill, which is surprising. Most licensed games are just bad, so... Only a few slip through the cracks. I know some people will be like, well, you got, like, SpongeBob, Battle for Bikini Bottom.
that's a one-off. I can point to a bunch of terrible SpongeBob games. And honestly, so can probably most people that would bring up Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, it really was a one-off. There was, I think, another one that was okay, if I remember
There's
correctly.
still a
I
few
just
good
can't-
ones, like the other ones that development studio worked on. Like, the movie game was really good. Truth or Square, I've seen it's good. I wouldn't say it's as good as the other two, but it's good.
Surprising it's good given the material it's based off of.
Pretty much. Definitely better than the TV special.
Is that really an accomplishment?
I mean, considering what they were probably given, yes.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
you
it.
just
Yep.
screwed yourself. You could have possibly clutched that.
Maybe. It would have still been tight, but it would have been possible.
Failed.
God, Pudding is so pale. She's fucking giving, like, what's her name from Sonic 06 a run for her money. Elise. But you know
Mega-
what? You know what? Pudding has an excuse. She's in a space station and in space.
While you're
Saving
correct,
Michael Jackson.
well, why is it just her?
Pretty sure Ulala has is really
Well, yeah,
pale.
she's really pale, but she's not that pale.
True, Pudding is like exceptionally pale. Again, it's like Elise pale, and that is very pale. Do you think Elise truly never cried
Who knows?
until
That's the
Sonic
writers.
died? Do you think that honestly, dissecting the story of Sonic 06 is no joke kind of funny because it's really bad. Like how Silver is there because he's trying to kill Sonic because he's the Iblis trigger and all that sort of stuff, but it doesn't work at all. So what does Mephiles do? He's like, okay, I'll just kill Sonic then. It's that easy, and then he does it.
To be fair, that was more of a backup plan. But yes, it was that
True.
easy.
True, but if it was even as a backup plan, it's like, why not just do that anyways? It worked.
You're not wrong.
Like, if it didn't work, like, if he was afraid that it wasn't going to work, right? That would make sense. But he doesn't express that he's scared that it won't work or he's concerned or anything.
Not again.
He just does it. Yeah, that one's kind of placed in just a cruel spot. But yeah, no, dissecting the Sonic 06 story is actually kind of funny, and it's kind of fun because it's kind of funny. It's not good, but it's fun to poke fun at. Like, they can all time travel at will. Why don't they just make sure nothing happens that just happened?
In fact, I mean, why not go the extra mile? Just kill Eggman early. Go back.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, or like Iblis and
it's literally the Hitler
Mephiles.
paradox.
Yeah, and then Iblis and what's it called? Mephiles like splitting apart, right? Well, hear me out. Just make it so that whole experiment never happened. Is it really that difficult?
Apparently.
You can time travel at will. You went back in time. Just do it. Just fix the plot. There you go.
Oh, you're saying that a little bit too late.
Oh no! I love that the story is like as bad as it is. Like, it's bad. I'll be honest. It's just bad, but it's funny. It's funny how bad it is. That's the thing, though. That's the thing about Sonic 06. There's a lot of bad things about it, but that's what makes it more enjoyable to me. Except for the levels. I actually think Sonic's levels are really good. Like, they're fun. They have a lot of routes. Like, it's actually pretty good. Honestly, Sonic 06 has better levels, like, than Sonic Adventure 2, I think, to an extent. Selectively. Like, I'd play Radical Train over, what is the name of that stage? Skyrail, I think? What's the name of the jungle stage in Sonic 06? I actually like that stage a lot. Even though that's a yeah, oh, it's just, okay, that's simple. I like that stage a lot, too. Even though it's like an Elite stage, like, it's fun. Well, so is Dusty Desert. Dusty Desert has, like, 5 different paths. It's fun. I was gonna say, I'm sorry I'm talking about a Sonic game, but this is technically a Sonic game.
It has Sonic in the title, at the very least.
Yeah. In theory, we could be talking about any games that are that take place here. Does that mean we could talk about NASCAR and Danica Patrick?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see the NASCAR race last Sunday?
Of course not.
I'm joking, for the record.
We already talked about Wreck-It Ralph earlier, so yeah, I think the logic holds up now.
I know some people absolutely hate the second movie. How do you feel about it?
I don't hate it as much as they do, but it is a massive downgrade. It is going to age like milk in 5 years.
Agreed. It's like essentially a better emoji movie, and that's really not saying much. That's kind of how I take it.
And I do think, like, part of my opinion on it too is, like, I've only seen it once and I was in the theater. I feel like if I watched it again on my own time, I would like it a lot less.
I didn't even get to see it in theater. I saw it myself, and yeah, I was disappointed.
Like, I see what they were going for. It was just, I don't know. It feels like it should have been a directed-to-DVD movie or streaming movie, not a theater release.
Yeah. Granted, I don't know what you could really do with Wreck-It Ralph after the first movie. The first movie was already
Easy, put him in a different game.
I mean, they kind of did that with the whole dystopian, weird worlds of where what's her name?
You're telling me there's only 2 games?
Well, according to the world of Wreck-It Ralph, yes, there is.
There's literally a terminal for them all to get together.
I know, but but they're really insistent on not showing you all these other games, and they would rather show you the one game.
Oh, it's almost like it's a movie.
This is why Ready Player One is the best video game movie of all time.
I know a lot of people hate that movie. I have not seen it, so I'm not commenting.
It's like the most whatever movie to me. Pudding.
It's Megamind?
It's Megamind. Dude, imagine if Megamind was in this game.
Instant improvements.
If somebody mods him in the game, could you download that?
I mean, never say never.
He's just like,
I wonder-
ask somebody to do it.
I don't know, do you know any modders for this game? Because I don't.
Yeah, sure, if you went to the Discord server, because you know there's a freaking Discord server dedicated to this game. Just go to it, alright? And just ask them. Request. They probably have like an entire channel called Request Characters. I don't know. Put Megamind in Smash Brothers Ultimate. I want that mod to come out. I don't know who he would replace, but I want it. Maybe Snake, because he has weapons and stuff.
I mean,
I
I could almost see him replacing Rosalina and Luna. Like, just have Luna get replaced with Minion.
Yeah, but Minion's always in his robot, so that'd be
Not always.
kind of hard to do. He's mostly in it. At least in the movie, he's mostly in it. That one, you could do that, though. Replace Rosalina's wand with, like, his gun or something.
Exactly.
Specifically the anti-hydro, you know, the thing that turns people into the cubes. I don't remember the name offhand.
Clearly you need to watch Megamind again. And for that matter, so do
Not
I.
wrong.
Hey, let's go watch Megamind again after this. I know we're planning on recording more videos, but Megamind is calling our names.
But hear me out. It's Megamind! I'll use any excuse in the world to say that. I don't know, it's fun.
It's Megamind. I'm so glad Megamind showed up again in Tails Adventure.
I had to. He looked just like Conehead.
Good.
He was just missing a fabulous amount of facial hair. That's about it.
Oh well.
Oh, you screwed that. Aha! I passed you.
You did it.
This is pain. This is suffering. I'm gonna cry.
We're almost an hour in.
At what point do we say we'll do this later?
Never! Although the 2-hour mark, that's when we just decide to put Megamind on the side and start watching it alongside.
I'd do it.
Absolutely!
Especially because on my end you wouldn't even get to hear the audio, which is great. So
I would just start watching it on my other computer so that OBS wouldn't pick it up. I have an audio splitter, so I can do that.
it's amazing. Lag. See, unlike the stage where I told you where if I didn't lag, I felt like I could win easily. This is something where I don't know if the lag is making a difference for me or not. I feel like it's not. Like, I feel like I would still be doing... Maybe I wouldn't do nearly as bad, but I would definitely not be doing amazing or anything. Which is surprising given that I'm ahead of you currently. Oh, I screwed up. Nice. I did not hit that car! You can't tell me I did. I mean, you can. But that'd make me feel bad. Don't...
Oh, okay. I was doing so good earlier. I missed those.
I
days.
know! We thought Joe Musashi was the... Why is his name Joe?
I don't know. Did they name
they're
him that
right.
for this game, or is that like a name they actually lifted from somewhere?
It's probably his real name. I mean, you want to know a funny I mean, you might know this already, but you know Ninja Gaiden?
Barely.
In Ninja Gaiden, they literally call... I think the main character is literally called Ryu. And Ken is, like, is the name of somebody. I think it's in that game. It's like they weren't even being subtle or something. Or there was a game that was like that. It was
like,
connecting...
Could it be because the Ninja Gaiden predates Street Fighter by several years?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it actually might predate that, so maybe I'm thinking of the wrong... There is a game, though, that does that, where they just call the characters Ken and Ryu, and it's like... It's just making a connection for some arbitrary reason. Which they really do need to. Oh, you stupid yellow car.
Cars, and the blue cars are back.
As annoying as the blue cars are, honestly, the sheer amount of green cars and the yellow cars being so unpredictable, I feel to be worse at this point.
I just don't like cars.
True. Especially because the blue cars seem to, like, seemingly just swerve off. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes they do. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make that. It's unfortunate. Oh, well, that blue car...
That blue car screwed me.
Yeah. This is unfair. Dude, what do you think the 42 on my car means? The meaning of life and everything?
That one's not a really secret. So, on Space Channel 5, IP putting is a news anchor for Channel 42.
I know it's the channel! I was trying to make a joke about the number 42.
Well, then it wasn't very clear because it did not sound like a joke. It sounded like a genuine question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nah, I was just trying to make a joke. Yeah, no, I know. She's the news... Or she.
Besides, 42 hasn't been a joke for, like, over a decade.
I know, but poking fun at...
Like, you might as well make a
memes
Chuck
is-
Norris joke while you're at it.
Ooh. You know nobody can beat Chuck Norris? How about that?
Well, okay. Guess
You
we're
asked
back to
me to.
2009.
What are some other 2009? I have to, like, think about that
Like,
one.
that far back it would be stuff like cat memes and all your base belong to us. Like, they would be old memes at
That's
that
like
point.
2008.
What? Oh, gee, 1 year difference. Back then, that didn't
Well-
actually make a difference.
Sorry, when I think of All Your Base, honestly, All Your Base, if I remember correctly, was popular in like 2004. I remember seeing like a video based on like popularity of meme searches, and that was popular in like 2004, surprisingly.
I mean, it couldn't have been because it got popular from the AVGN review. He was definitely not making videos in 2004. YouTube was not even a thing in 2004.
No, I actually do think his first video was in 2005 or 2004. His first like few.
2004 is impossible because YouTube didn't exist. In 2005,
No, he was on
YouTube staff only.
He was on Screw Attack first.
Yeah, and where do you think Screw
And then
Attack was?
No, like he posted his videos exclusively on there, and then he migrated to YouTube eventually. I want to say maybe his first few episodes were not on YouTube and predated 2006. Like I think 2000, maybe I don't think 2004. I want to say 2005 though. He had some stuff like before YouTube, but he did make a YouTube account in 2006 and started uploading stuff then, if I'm not mistaken. Then came the fabled AVGN versus Irate Gamer Wars.
Great.
Of the
I mean,
mid
we were
2000s.
talking about going back to old 2000 stuff, but...
Holy crap, you just pushed me.
You're welcome!
Oh my god. That was aggressive.
I mean, I do it on purpose if it looks like you got hit by something. It's like, might as well.
True. I would do it if I'm ever close to you, but, you know, it's never the case, so... I know I've mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again, speaking of, like, the Irate Gamer and stuff. You know they did a collaboration, right?
No. Then again, I stopped watching AVGN ages ago, like, before the movie even came out.
So Irate Gamer made a collaboration with AVGN. Granted, he doesn't pop up for very long, but this was, like, 2 or 3 years ago, where he's in an Irate Gamer review for, like...
Irate Gamer still makes reviews? Like, I know he had, like,
yeah,
a puppet show thing
no,
he did.
Yeah, no, he keeps like stopping and then going. Like he'll keep quitting and then he'll come back. I don't know if he's still doing stuff now. He might have quit again, for all I know. But there was
at that point, just means he's going to come back again.
Well, I mean, at this rate, yeah. But yeah, no, he and James Rolfe made a what's it called? They made a what the heck?
And that's not that weird, considering James Rolfe has done crossovers with several YouTubers at this point, but still.
The weird part is knowing the history behind how they hated each other, allegedly. Or at least, Irate Gamer hated Cinemassacre as a whole or something. I still don't know if James Rolfe cared. I know Mike Matei cared, because there was a point where Mike Matei, I think, was like openly... You know, when Mike Matei worked at Cinemassacre, because he doesn't work there if you didn't know anymore.
I have not followed them for so long, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah. He's motherfucker Mike. He was basically like the other... He's the other person who ran the Irate Gamer. Not AVGN. Wow, I confused my reviewers. He's actually the reason AVGN still exists. Or rather, I should say he's the reason AVGN wasn't like a 2-episode show and actually became like a full-fledged thing. He was the guy who like played the Joker in the Batman episode. He played Bugs Bunny in the Bugs Bunny episode. He basically did all those like side characters.
Well, if you assume that I remember what any of this is.
Well, you said this was pre-movie. Like, this is really
yeah.
old stuff. This is pre-movie, so I figured maybe you knew.
I mean, I remember almost nothing from AVGN.
Basically, he was second in command in AVGN, but then he
I feel like I might vaguely remember the bunny, but I don't know.
Yeah, he played all the side characters. He essentially made AVGN stay alive because he pushed James Rolfe to keep making episodes. Yeah, he left Cinemassacre for some reason. I don't know why. They're on good terms though. Like him and James still talk. Like they still do stuff together.
Retreat.
But he just doesn't work on the channel anymore. But yeah, no, Irate Gamer and AVGN hated each other, so seeing them together, even if it was just for a minute, was like a very surreal experience. But at the same time, it's like, you know, let bygones be bygones, you know?
Like, at that point,
that was
a
like
decade after.
Yeah, it was literally 10 years ago, so... It's just interesting to me. The thing is, though, I think the Irate Gamer, so whatever his name, Chris, I believe his name is Chris Boyle or something. I think it's been what's the word I'm looking for? Oh shoot! Okay,
It actually kind of helped me.
Yeah,
I don't think I would've
it's
gotten
been like documented that he kind of held a grudge still on James Rolfe for some reason for a very, very long time.
Why? He was outperforming him for a good while. Mind you, that was just because YouTube's algorithm was helping him, but still.
Well, he also got a partnership before James Rolfe did. So remember, that was a big deal. He got a partnership before the original, essentially. There's a lot of weird things when it comes to those two's feud. It's almost like it's not documented, but at the same time it is documented. Because, like, it's like we know the Irate Gamer side of how he described things, but how he described things, we don't know if it's actually true because it's almost too absurd, I guess.
But at the same time, it's all you have to go on, so...
Yeah, well, I don't believe his story. I mean, he said that AVGN was stealing from him, so...
Well, okay, then so you can't use anything that he's saying, and literally all of this is irrelevant. Because you're not going to believe one thing from him, you can't believe anything.
No, I just don't believe that story, or a lot of that story in particular. I think some people pointed out some flaws, too, in it. Which is, like, whatever. But yeah, what happened was, it was like 2014 or 2015, maybe it was 2016 even. He essentially made a video, right? Where he was apparently, like, quote unquote, coming clean with the dispute between, or like, you know, the problems between him and AVGN. And he was like friends with like an asshole or something on YouTube. You know, going back to the bullying conversation, it was like one of those. It was the Archfiend. Have you ever heard that name? It was somebody who literally was bullying, and there's a guy who like bullied and hated like game reviewers and stuff like that, including the Irate Gamer. But for some reason, decided to start liking him at some point, and I don't know. Again, weird situation, but it was a very weird thing. This is the furthest I've gone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you've gotten to the point where I always get knocked out. You've gotten ahead of that point.
I've never
Remember,
gotten
there's a gate
this
on the
far.
left. There's a gate on the left. Because I miss it every time.
I was lagging, but yeah, I knew it was there. I didn't know if I was going to... When I failed the trick, that was because I lagged. I actually did good there, though.
I'm going to level up with Joe here next time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what's another thing we can talk about?
It's Megamind?
I mean, everything always comes back to Megamind. Everything is Megamind if you put your mind to it.
And if whatever you're talking about doesn't go back to Megamind, you need to reevaluate.
I agree, Pudding. This sucks. Also, I need to start calling you Candace again.
Nah, it's Pudding.
I mean, I've been pretty on point with calling her by her real name. I felt bad because you talked about the bully thing, so. Oi! Just want this to be over. I like how I did a roll to get out of your way, and I actually think that was a good idea.
It was. We were pretty close to each other.
I'm so glad. I just learned this in this part for the record, where if you get like a boost, like if you get a drift boost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go over a boost pad, it just makes your boost 1 gauge higher, more or less.
It powers it up.
I'm glad it does that. I was afraid it was going to be one of those things where it just reset the boost. But I'm glad that was not the case.
Well, it does reset it, but it also puts it up by 1. Ah, spurred you cars!
Yeah. I'm sorry, I feel like that was on me. I didn't want to be close to you for a reason.
Yeah, but that's where the boosters were.
True. Oh no, this is gonna suck.
I'm not getting to the next gate. I hit too many cars.
I'll be able to hit because I screwed up myself. And it lagged again. Of course, as soon as I get far, it lagged again. But yeah, no, I hit the checkpoint right before
there's
that.
my level.
Hey,
handling mod.
Handling mod.
Actually, for Joe, that might be really good because his handling sucks. I'll stick with it for now.
One of these days, we'll finish.
This is already by far the longest part of the ELP.
Ugh. I have been doing surprising. I'm like starting to get an idea on how these cars move. So like I've been doing a little bit better. Andy, you haven't been lagging. Well, of course, as soon as I was about to say that, you start lagging crazy. But I was gonna say like you haven't been lagging too crazy too.
It's rare for us, but
yeah, so it kind of gives me like some breathing room to do my absolute best. I've noticed all the cars, except for I don't think the yellow ones and the blue ones obviously don't follow the same pattern, but the green ones seem to follow the same pattern. So I'm starting to get an idea on how that works. At least at the beginning.
Where's you, blue?
I agree. This sucks.
It's Megamind. So I just had to remind myself of Megamind.
There are some weird... I've noticed that... I think this is a glitch. Sometimes if you drift into... It seems to only happen with the blue cars. Sometimes if you drift into them by mistake, it still, gives you the boost from the drift as opposed
I've had
to
that happen
spinning
a few
you out.
times.
Yeah, it's very weird, but it happens. Rarely.
But it's not exclusively blue.
Oh, dude. Like that one, right there. You didn't lose any speed. We got this. I believe it. We'll do this in 5 tries. I'm feeling it.
Did I get a counter?
No. I believe in us. Have you ever been using a death counter for this?
No, I have not, because trying to track each of our individual deaths would be a nightmare.
If anything, I would have just counted the, cumulative one. Or not, oh, when we both fail, that counts as just one fail.
And, this is one of those games where it's really hard to tell what counts as a loss sometimes.
I missed the gate. You're gonna have to get it.
About that.
Or not.
I hit almost every car along the way.
This might be our worst one yet. Oh, please.
So, if you don't hit that gate, that will be our worst one.
No! Oh my god.
It's still our worst.
Everything was going wrong there. What level am I? I'm almost level 3. God, dear lord. I've almost gained 2 whole... Technically, I've almost gained an entire level this whole part.
I've leveled up too. And I only started with Joe here, 30 minutes ago, maybe? If that?
Pain.
I still have to go back and finish II off at some point.
I mean, he's almost done, if I'm not mistaken. If you finished this with II, you would level up, I think.
I don't know if you would have finished off, because you do need more experience the further along you go. But...
Yeah, true.
It would have been at least half.
Yeah, I don't know how far you actually got it. If I had an idea, then I could gauge it better. Wow, this run is substantially better than the last one.
Go figure. When you don't ram your face into cars, you go faster.
You can't prove that.
You're right, I can't. The only thing I can prove is that it's Megamind.
Month. 2. God, there just needs to be a Megamind sequel and we can make Megamind Month 2.
Seriously, I will cancel any Month of Glories we have if a Megamind 2 is announced for that year. I don't even care if it comes out in April.
Yeah, we'll literally just move it to whenever that comes out. I don't think they will still, but I mean, it sucks because I feel like they could. They could just.
There's absolutely sequel potential in
They
there.
could literally just say somebody from I don't know his home planet comes in and it starts wreaking havoc or something.
Even if they didn't, just use the game lore where they had all these galleries of villains they could pull from.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, there's one more to go. This might be it.
I got very close. You did it!
The counter was at 0.
All we had to just talk to about Megamind.
We should have known. Ah, yes.
Glorious experience, thank God. I didn't do too bad either. I was literally a millisecond before the second to last one. I don't think I would have finished, but I still did really good, all things considered.
Okay, so we are definitely ending the part here. Watch it. Next time we are gonna be starting off Superstar Showdown.
Unfortunately, though, in either the next part or the part after that, Traffic
Yeah.
starts again.
Yep, see that
'cause
up there?
That's our next goal.
As soon as we beat
See
the
you
gooey
guys.
switch, which who knows how long that'll take. That might be its own video.
I hope not. You never know.
Oh,
Well,
toasters,
thank-
toast!
Chicken tenders. Don't say it.
Edge!